thank you. What an invitation. That was incredible.
Is this well prepared?
Is this well prepared? Well, I'll get to it, Scott. So for those who don't know me, I'm the guy that dropped the guitar during the ceremony. So we'll get over that nice and quickly. Thanks for those people that I planted to laugh during that joke. But no, it is such a humbling experience to be up here tonight. This is my first chance of being a best man, so it's really incredible to be here to see one of my, or actually two of my friends, be wed and be brought together. So I've got a bit of a checklist here of the general things you need to get through for a best man speech. So generally complimenting people, a bit of a story, and a nice sentiment at the end. So strap yourselves in, here we go. Got another wedding at the end of the year, so pointers will be appreciated throughout how I go. Firstly, can I just compliment Scott on how well he brushes up? Like seriously, wearing it full, might I add, camel leather shoes, Australian wool, Italian something design suit, with this lovely little like flower here. I've never seen him wear such nice clothes. So well done, Scott, you look fantastic. For the bridesmaids, wherever you are, Scott's bored already. Guys, you look fantastic. You look absolutely beautiful. And even the parents, it's just fantastic to see all you guys dress up. And even though it's not about what you wear, it's so lovely to show your respects here for these guys. And of course, massive round of applause. Caitlin, you just look phenomenal tonight. Now, I know, well, I don't know actually, but I'm sure for the parents that have children, you know, if you've got a young lady in your life and they grow up, you would hope that they would one day find a lovely young man to marry and to hand over and give that lady's life to. Caitlin, your parents, wow, you are brave. You are really, really brave. Now, look, honestly, Scott's not that bad, but I'm gonna show you a few stories about how I met Scott and these two. You might change your mind, you might not. Now, Scott and Caitlin, I don't know exactly where they met, but the place where I met these two was around similar time, about 3 years ago. It was at a community dinner called Monday Night Dinner. There's a few of you here that have been to that Monday night dinner, and that whole dinner was just about making community. And he knew that, Tom and Amy, letting people into their home would lead to this and all of this. That dinner has really started something special. Now with that Monday night dinner, my other good mate here, Stuart, we met Scott and we met Caitlin, and Scott was like, oh, she's pretty cool. She's sitting over there on the other side of the fire, and Amy and Tom think she's pretty cool. Maybe I should go for her. So Stuart and I took it upon ourselves to become his official or unofficial wingmen. Okay? And so on Thursday afternoons, we started this thing called Thursday Alcoholics Club. It's not as bad as you think, but we used to get a kilo of wings for $20 and a couple of beers. And Scott, Stuart and I would often go to this and we'd talk about life. He'd often talk about Caitlin. I'd talk about how tragically single I am. And Stuart would talk about his lovely, soon-to-be wife as well. And this Thursday Alcoholics Club was quite funny because Scott would get tired, he'd want to go home and he'd want to study, and he'd jump on the train back to Zilmere, and more than one time he would fall asleep on the train and go to the entire end of the line and find himself very far from home. It happened once at least.
All the way?
All the way. Anyway, moving on. There was this time when Scott started being like, oh, I don't want to come to Thursday Alcoholics anymore. I don't want to hang out with you and Stuart. And we were a bit salty. We didn't know what was going on. But it turned out in this time, him and Caitlin were really starting to get to know each other just a little bit better. I became quite jealous of this. So I took Scott on myself and we became roommates for 6 months. And we actually become quite good friends during this time, even to the point where Scott and I had more of a commitment to each other through our shared bank account than him and Caitlin did. It's very upsetting to tell you tonight that just 2 weeks ago, the 3 cents left in that shared bank account was closed and Scott took it all. So during this time, it was really lovely to watch these guys get together and get to know each other, and to just be that side roommate on the side. Side roommate on the side. Anyway, that's called being a third wheel. So So there's like two people that love each other, and then there's like a best friend on the side that just really wants to be part of it but isn't. That was me, and I got crowned this officially by Caitlin, who one day came home to our place and said, look, here's a gift for you, and it said, welcome to being the official third wheel, and she packed me a nice little pair of socks in there. It was beautiful. Still have those socks. She definitely remembers this. Anyway, in the short time, being 3 years that I've known Scott, I know a lot of you guys know him, have known him since he was much younger than when I knew him. We've climbed mountains, we've done multiple trips to Mullaney Dairies to find out how milk is made. We went motorbike riding a lot. He actually got me into riding, and it was funny because we went riding and somehow he lost his license. He still blames me to this day, but Scott and I have had a lot of fun times, even to the degree that we drove 5,000 Ks in about 8 days on a Great Ocean Road trip. And one of the things that Scott would often talk about was just how much Caitlin constantly challenged him and grew him in his life. And that was really, really cool. Now, some of the things that I've also learned about Scott, some great features he has. First one, he's hugely disorganised. He never knows what's going on. He'd leave for youth one day and he'd come back 3 times to get his wallet, to get his keys, and then find that he forgot all the boxes that he had to bring to youth. Little to know that his wallet would already be in his motorcycle jacket and the boxes had already been dropped to church. He was very much like that. One of my favourite things that Scott did was late in the night he played violin. You'd have a long, hard day at uni, you'd be lying your head down to have a rest, and it's...
You didn't even finish that degree.
Well, maybe if I wasn't kept up so late listening to... No, but it was really lovely. Some of the songs that he...
It was arts, mate.
Arts. I did an arts degree. I didn't do an arts degree. He used to play violin very late, and one of the best things about Scott is he only needs 2 beers to get in that really good dancing drunk state of any evening. Despite all of that, Scott's one of the most genuine, caring and loyal friends that I've had. For the people who know him closely, they can definitely attest to his loyalty to all of his mates and his loyalty to Caitlin. And you've just demonstrated this throughout this entire wedding experience. Just everything has been there, regardless of whether you knew what was going on or not. You were always just like, it's all about the people. I want everyone to have a good time, and most importantly, this day was about you two and the unity that you have. And that's just a testament to the incredible community that you guys are for Scott and Caitlin. And the conversations that have just been coming up this evening have just been nothing but the community that you guys are and the fantastic people you are to support these guys. And I wish you all the best. I'm very sad to officially hand you over to Caitlin as the third wheel, but honestly, you guys are just so fantastic for each other. So bless you in all your life, and I hope God walks with you through your journeys. And yeah, thanks guys. That's it.